focused up on this as well. What's up, BK-Rack, coming in with the 200 bits. Thank you so much for the 200 bits. Appreciate it. As we get this going, barcode versus barcode. I can't actually get rid of the thing to put the names on because, well, Trap's got his there. We'll just deal with it. I want to introduce the guys. 200 bits because I woke up and saw your cast and feels good, man. Thank you so much for the 200 bits, BK-Rack. Give me some love in the chat for that. Appreciate the bits and the few donations and the subs coming in today. Guys, if you enjoy the stream, it's a great way to support. Also, hitting that follow button, a great way to see when we're going live and casting more StarCraft. So make sure you do that as well. And don't miss out on any of the action. Top right-hand side, as we go into this PvP, this is sOs. And to the bottom left-hand side, our red Protoss player from Janae. This is Trap. This is actually Janae Greenwing's team kill. Didn't really think about that, actually, as we got this going last time around, or in the first game. Sorry, not in the first game, but when we were kind of going through the other games. Didn't think that this was going to turn into a Janae winners matchup. Janae already have Maru in the round of 8 of the Masters Coliseum. So nice to get one Janae player also out in round of 8, because it means they will at least avoid Maru in the very first round of the playoffs. So no Janae team kill there. Do let me know what's up today, guys. Do let me know who you're cheering on as well. I know a few people are very excited about this upcoming PvP. So let me know what you're feeling, let me know what you're thinking. You guys are all ready for some cool StarCraft 2. Again, like, there's been some really good games so far. I am just so happy because, again, like, this time yesterday, we were already, like, 3 series in. Like, completed, and the 4th series was started. So I'm glad we're getting some game 3s today. Some longer games, not just very fast, like 6 minutes and out. Really getting to enjoy what is a really good group of StarCraft. So I still have this debate in my head, though, where even though this group's taking a little longer, it still doesn't take that long to cast 5 best of 3s nowadays. It's kind of crazy. Best of 3s are just so quick. Anyways, we do see the couple of adepts on the way up here from sOs, and Trap going into the Stalker and the Sentry, getting that set up to go as well. So Stalker versus Sentry coming on in here. And again, obviously 2 very different openings. The Sentry allows you to hallucinate so you can get some good information. The Adepts will apply pressure across the map, which will give you the map control early. Not sure why this probe's coming over. Not sure if that's intentional by sOs. Don't think it is, as Trap will lose his first probe. And we see sOs continue to shade across. But if, well, what's going to be 3 Stalkers out in a moment or 2, Trap should have plenty to shut this down. You just don't want to let them get in the mineral line, because while you will have plenty to shut it down, you still don't want to take, you know, damage while you're shutting it down if you don't have to. Pylon comes down, or the shield battery, I mean, same idea. Same size, same cost. Doesn't really matter what you build. Sometimes the shield battery is nice because you can let it finish if you feel like you need to, but in what world do you really need to let a shield battery finish when there's only 2 adepts on the map? Pretty much none, so you're actually kind of okay there. I mean, it just doesn't really matter what you build. Hallucination into the main base then, and does just see, well, nothing too crazy here. Warp gate's being chrono boosted at the moment, as we do have the hallucination. Sees, well, everything, which is basically just the gateways. 3rd gate, though, is a pretty big telltale sign of some aggression. In sOs, he already has this pylon up on the other side of the map. Adepts, actually a little bit stuck here. That Stalker nearly goes down as well. Those Adepts are going to be in a weird spot. Oh, that Stalker of Trap should be able to get this kill, but he's just wandering forwards. Okay, he gets in, now he'll pull back. The Adepts did shade out alive. So aggression over on this side. Walks into the fog of war there, which means he takes a couple of extra shots for free, which does hurt a little bit. Stalker's going to continue to get the damage done, but is going to be able to do it pretty nicely. What's up, 47ers? Thank you so much for the 500 bits, saying have a good rest of the cast. Thank you so much. We got some love in the chat for 47ers, guys. Thank you so much for your 23-month free sub today, dude. And the 500 bits. Appreciate it as always. Couple of probes going down across the map because units are over there. Stalkers here. Obviously, Trap has some good damage going down. Looking to cancel a Nexus to make up for the lack of his own Nexus here at the moment. I mean, this is actually getting a little bit chaotic right now as... Oh, nice sentry in the force field. And Stalkers will eventually win out in the main base for Trap. sOs will lose his Stalkers. Tell you what, though, Trap has been stopped from mining for a little while here, and he's lost 7 workers, whereas he was kept on the low ground. So while he was able to cancel a Nexus, that was pretty much all he was able to do here. Well, cancel a Nexus is nice, but it's still playing from 6 workers down. still has the army advantage and can come over here. Actually, a couple more depths warping in. Tell you what, if he kills this pylon and gets across to a counter, maybe there's some potential here, but those depths are going to be out safely. I don't think Trap actually saw those, so maybe he has a bit of a clue, but he's going to have to chase quite far in to find them, and they already start shading out, so again, Trap's just not really going to be able to do much about that, and the depths will get out of there. There's a lot of stalkers, a couple of sentries. I mean, sOs is completely walled into his main. He's about to get an oracle to get across the map as a prism comes out from Trap. Gives Trap a lot of micro potential. He also has this pylon on this side of the map as well. Well, some micro potential. Who knows what's possible as this probe will sacrifice itself to slow the adepts down. Means they will start to die. Targeting the one in the back to make sure he can maybe get both of them here, although he just has to guarantee he gets the kill on the first one there for the moment. Yeah, the stalkers and a couple of sentries pressing in at the moment into the natural, and again this oracle coming out through the top side across to the far left. Zealots, sentries, stalkers all just sat around and just going to be chilling for a moment or two. Obviously this oracle is going to be a little bit of a surprise. I think there's only 2 sentries at home. I think the last thing Trap was expecting was to see a Stargate come up after all of this. That's what sOs does. He does the crazier things and he catches you off guard. And suddenly Trap's going to be dropping down on workers all over again. 2, 3, 4. Mortal just came out here for Trap as he warps in 3 stalkers instantly, but I mean even that is 8, 9 workers killed. Probably could have stuck around for 10 if he wanted to, but played the safer game. I just want to invest in a shield battery in that mineral line, although now there's going to be 2 oracles, so a shield battery wouldn't necessarily do enough. I want to kill this gateway, but in a way I kind of feel like killing the gateway, is it enough? Is it good even? So now these units can get down the ramp. He's going to go to the other side and work on the pylon. And Trap just looking to pick up damage wherever possible at the moment. Force field there will not matter because he's got the warp prism to microwave, so he's actually not going to be able to change too much at all. Another shield battery going to get added here as well, so another shield battery coming down. So these stalkers just poking away. Another force field coming in there. Nice lift on the stalker though. This prism play is very good so far, Trap. It's been on point, leaving units until the last moment, and that's a good set of force fields in return. Shield batteries are about to be out of energy, which means that these units will go down for the mortal here as well. Bonus damage versus those stalkers. Trap is really turning this around. Oracles are poised to come into that main base in the next few moments though. This warp gate will go down too. This production being halted here for Trap. There's so many stalkers and sentries at home as well though. This is actually crazy. There's just so many units from Trap. And I think that's putting sOs into a bit of a tough spot. Going to come in with the double oracle. There's a third oracle as well to the bottom side. 2 oracles get away. Another oracle here pushed away too. Good defense again by Trap, but still down on workers. Still needs to build that up a little bit. Although I guess actually mining out on the main bases, you're actually at a point where you don't need that many workers because I mean 10 of these workers from sOs are not doing anything. So sOs's income will be down. And he'll be in a tough spot if he can't break out into his natural at some point. But he is building Void Rays. He's getting a prism. Those are things which will help him to get into the natural expansion. As it looks though, we're probably going to have a breakout here soon. There is stasis wards coming down, looking to catch this army as it maybe retreats through the center of the map now. Army just sits up the ramp again. The Twilight Council is about to finish from Trap. Oracles coming through the top side all the way over to the left. A couple of these Zealots and the Immortal gonna get set up. Still just force fielding the ramp as it looks as though he's gonna start moving out here. Oh, he's gonna find the prism. Prism's too fast, so he'll get away, but still nice to know it's on the map, right? And again, it really looks as though he's kind of done with kind of containing his opponent. But then what do? You go back home and you walk into these stasis wards. Well, one stalker leads the rest of the army, so at least that's going to get stuck on its own. But the next stasis ward, Trap's not thinking about it. Only 2 stalkers. Again, could have been a lot worse, actually. Tell you what, though, sOs is now down the ramp. He's now pushing across the map. He's going to get a couple stalkers for free. And neither player still has an expansion yet still. Trap has a healthier base. Resources lost is very favorable to Trap. If he can force this to like a mined out 1 base situation, Trap will win off of pure efficiency. There's only 2,000 minerals left in that main base of sOs, so at some point soon he really has to think about the Nexus, and there it is, dropping it down. Natural expansion underway. Very weird first game of this PvP, turned into a really aggressive setup with just sort of situations you don't really see happening a lot of the time. Trap is again down on a few probes. The thing is, if Trap wants to expand, he's going to instantly regret not having enough probes here, because SOS will be able to transfer probes instantly and saturate that natural. Trap won't be, and that could hurt. However, army supplies are even, and it's going to be Trap that's moving forward to try and get something done. He's going to go through these rocks. He invested into Resonating Glaive, so warping in Adepts here, well, that definitely has some potential. There's only one gateway still from SOS. Tell you what, that's something which he maybe hasn't thought about too much. He's got a lot of Immortals and so on, but with Glaive Adepts, maybe there's some real possibility that Glaive upgrade gonna have to go big. Will lose the Observers. He comes around the top side, though, again, trying to minimize the effectiveness of Force Fields, essentially. His own Force Field's coming down there. Adepts start to fight. Immortal lift up. Obviously, there's more Immortals from SOS, but Trap has the Adept Glaives, but he gets his Warp Prism killed, so no reinforcements. Those Adepts didn't even come out. He's kind of winning the fight on the top side, though. He needs to kind of collapse down towards these Immortals and clean those out. Adepts will shade into the main base, though, and that's going to be huge, because that's some worker damage that'll be done. And this is a lot of probes that are going to go down very quickly. That's 4, 5, 6. Oh, he gets some half damage on them, and the shield battery heals up. And now he'll shade down to the low ground, where he could maybe actually grab these sentries. 2 Immortals out of position, so this is a great opportunity for him to get in here and deal some damage. Gonna get these couple of Stalkers. Force Field on the ramp as well, where there's a Prism there, so he can still bring the Immortals back down. Force Field to stop the Immortal kite away. Prism will load it back up, and Trap has to back away from this. But, I mean, SOS with a mining natural expansion. I guess Trap is as well. 4 workers down, making 2 at a time. This game continues in absolute mayhem. Issue is, again, I feel like these Immortals transition very well as the game goes on, whereas for Trap, I don't think he transitions very well at all. Man. It's gone a little bit tough in the end, hasn't it? This has turned out to be a little bit of a toughie. And as you do see his Prism coming in from the upper right side, going to be heading across. SOS looking to apply some further pressure. Worker counts are evened out now, but again, you've got to look at those armies, and the Immortal count is undeniably in favor of SOS, and still building Immortals. Trap has 1, but that's it, as he comes in for Depths to harass. Kills 1 probe. Prism wants to head in towards the main base, but hasn't got anything inside of it, so not a major threat at the moment. We'll actually catch an Observer there, which is nice though. I mean, Observers are expensive, 75 gas. Robo Bay from Trap, so he's going to go straight in towards the Disruptors, which makes sense. The Oracles come back in. I tell you what, these Oracles, actually new Oracles as well. What are we on about? Are you kidding me? They're actually new Oracles. That's so sick. And Trap, that's what's going to catching up from ads we missed out on earlier. Appreciate it. It goes a long way to supporting the stream. Top left-hand side, our green Protoss player is SOS, up a game in this best of 3. And to the bottom right, our red Protoss, we got ourselves Trap. Alright then. Game 2 of the series as we get this ready to go. So probe heading in towards the upper left-hand side. We see a gateway coming down from each to go into the second gate, of course, of the Cybercore. And we're wait to see what the choices of early units are going to be. Again, SOS in that last game opened straight into those Adepts. There's the Stalker Sentry to get the information, the hallucination across the map from Trap. Just in general, though, a crazy game number 1. I mean, pretty much everything ridiculous that could happen in that first game pretty much happened. Like, there was points where there was units of each other in each other's bases. Trap lost a lot, but looked like he was coming back into it, but then it was the surprise 2 extra Oracles, the 4th and 5th Oracle of the game. You rarely ever see a game where you build 5 Oracles, but the 4th and 5th one, after the first 3 died, after he'd built a Void Ray, were what ended up killing Trap there, and what finally forced him out of, again, a pretty bonkers game 1. Going into game 2, though, and all of the opportunities in the world lie at the feet of these guys, as we'll see 2 Zealots? Okay, cancels those. I was about to, like... Huh. Huh. Interesting, isn't it? I wonder. SOS is going to make a question mark, as so is Trap. Stargate on each side of the map here, as we do see a Nexus dropping down from SOS just a little bit sooner. Trap is probably going to go into his zone as well there, so he gets that set up. As these guys still having a little bit of a discussion. What's being killed? Nothing. I don't know what's going on. As you see the shield battery coming down, so I was just making sure he'll have a little bit of a defense here. As he goes straight into Phoenix, we'll see if Trap does the same. He does. I mean, hallucinations on each side, kind of confirming the Stargate play. Actually, Trap didn't see the Stargate, right? So he just makes a Phoenix because he hasn't got information, which happens sometimes as well, right? Like you get the information that there isn't a Stargate, or you don't get info. So it's like you kind of have to build a Phoenix just to be safe in case your opponent does go Stargate. Two Stalkers here so far, as one of those Stalkers going to hold the position on the ramp. Phoenix comes out and will buy a moment or two of time, but it's obviously a better position here from Trap. He never built a sentry, so he had that extra Stalker to work with. And now that Stalker is not going to get any further in as it gets walled out of there. Stargate on the way up in the main base, so second one already, as we're just going to be seeing Trap going for the transition out. Built himself only a single Phoenix, and well, a lot of the time if this, you could then build a Dark Shrine pretty quickly. Then you see the Dark Shrine or the Blink, right? You get the DTs because your opponent doesn't have detection, or you get the Blink because it helps you chase down those Phoenix. And it is just going to be the Blink here. Less of a gamble from Trap and more of a, okay, we can do this sort of thing. Tell you what, transitioning so quickly while SOS just blindly goes into a second Stargate, he's going to have a ton of stuff set up and ready to go. So Wicked25 subscribing with a tier 2 subscription. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's a welcome back, isn't it? You've been subbed before, I'm almost sure of it. Thank you for the tier 2 as well, though. That's, I actually don't see very many tier 2 or tier 3 subs. It's one of those things that I really think Twitch, like... I don't know. Like, I feel like it's one of those things Twitch thought was going to do really well, and it just didn't, you know? No, like, it just wasn't implemented well. It isn't easy to go from a tier 1 to a tier 2 sub or anything like that as well. There's Phoenix flying in, and they're going to realize that this is a lot of Stalkers, not Phoenix, so SOS is going to go into rebound mode. Double Stargate, a little bit of a wasted investment, really, because those Phoenix kill a few probes, sure. You actually built double Oracle, though. Excited to see if that can do something. Stalkers hanging out in the main base again. Oracle's ready to fly in a moment or two. The Twilight finishing up back at home. So that's finished up over here as well. You'll see those Phoenix going to back away. Couple probes going down, though. The Oracles do make it into the main and finds damage. I love the Oracles just kind of making some use of that double Stargate and definitely paying off for himself so far. And getting the 6 probes is fantastic, obviously, so really good job there as we do see the pylon. Here for Trap to apply some pressure with perhaps Phoenix will see it and they will come in, lift that probe, obviously, why not? Free kill. Back to the upper side, we still see the single Stalker just poking his way through the pylon right here. Poking and prodding. 2 Oracles chased away up the right hand side as well. Stalker's still trying to trap these in and get those kills because they are being annoying. The Revelation's kind of revealing anything that wants to be done by Trap as well. Now we see SOS with the Dark Shrine. This pylon killed off, yeah, SOS cleaning that out without issue. Stalker's going to blink in, able to get one of those Phoenix low already. A couple more probes going down, as we are going to be seeing the, again, third Nexus coming into play. Yeah, another Revelation dropping in. Going to be seeing the couple of probes getting covered by that Revelation charge, getting hit by it as well. Another gateway coming down. As you see the Prism just going to load up a few DTs. It's going to be moving in towards the main base. So, Prism into the main. A couple of Oracles here from Trap are going to be heading out into the center. And there we go. DT's dropping in. Going to start pushing forwards. Wow. Because there's no detection. And the robo's not up. RIP! Chap's dead. GG's. DT's just a little bit too good.